A Light Blooming in Darkness, a short story collection by Edgar Allan Poe. Your first step into intellectual exploration. Reading a book can often feel daunting and distant. Amid countless words and complex stories, one might fear getting lost or not finding enjoyment, hesitating to begin at all. But books are not merely for the specially gifted. They are invitations to a surprising world accessible to all, magical tools that enrich and diversify our lives. Today, I'd like to introduce to you a collection of short stories by Edgar Allan Poe. This book is so compelling that it transcends the need for prior knowledge or background. It offers powerful enjoyment and profound impressions to anyone. Don't fear the dark and bizarre stories it contains. Within this darkness, we confront the deepest aspects of human nature, discover unexpected logical insights, and test the boundaries of our imagination. Edgar Allan Poe, a genius blossoming in tragedy. Before delving into the contents of the book, let's briefly explore the life of author Edgar Allan Poe. A representative figure of 19th-century American literature, he is regarded as the father of detective fiction and a master of horror stories. His life was marked by misfortune and tragedy. Orphaned in childhood, he experienced a complicated relationship with his step-parents and spent much of his life in poverty and pain after losing the love of his life to illness. Ironically, these painful experiences profoundly influenced his literary world, enabling deep explorations of darkness, fear, and death within the human soul. Poe authored over 70 short stories, more than 10 poems, and numerous literary critiques throughout his life. He emphasized the importance of the single effect in a short story. Every sentence, word, and event was meticulously arranged to achieve a unified effect. His stories go beyond mere narrative, directly engaging the reader's senses and psychology to leave a strong impression and lingering aftertaste. The enchanting invitation into darkness. Edgar Allan Poe's short stories. Edgar Allan Poe's short story collection features a diverse array of themes and moods. We can broadly categorize these into three areas. 1. Psychological thrillers probing fear and madness within the human mind. Among Poe's most renowned works are those that explore darkness and madness within the human soul. These stories focus not on ghosts or supernatural phenomena but on fears, anxieties, guilt, and paranoia created by human beings themselves. The Black Cat. A man, consumed by alcoholism and violence, cruelly tortures and kills his beloved pet cat. As he becomes tormented by guilt and hallucinations, the story vividly portrays his descent into destruction, confronting us with the darkness within ourselves. It chillingly reminds us that what we call evil may originate from our own fragile inner selves. The Telltale Heart. A murderer who kills an old man due to his vulture eye boasts about his perfect crime, but ultimately succumbs to hallucinations and guilt, confessing his crime. This story sharply delves into how guilt consumes a human being and how one's inherent conscience can lead to self-destruction. Readers are drawn into the unstable psychology of the killer, experiencing a rising tension that becomes increasingly suffocating. The Fall of the House of Usher. This story depicts bizarre events involving the frail siblings, Roderick and Madeline, within the decaying ancestral home of Usher. As the house and the family's fate gradually crumble, it enhances a decaying, gloomy atmosphere and the despair of the human spirit. The story transcends physical horror to vividly convey the despair of a soul that is old and diseased. The Cask of Amontillado. A revenge plot meticulously orchestrated by Montresor against his friend Fortunato is chillingly portrayed. The story reveals the hidden hatred, cruelty, and desire for perfect vengeance within a seemingly calm human mind. Readers become immersed in the killer's perspective, following his terrifying plan step by step. These works may evoke discomfort and unease in readers, but paradoxically, they encourage deep exploration into the very essence of human nature. They provoke thoughts about why we feel fear, how complex and strange human psychology can be, and what the meanings of sin and punishment might be. 2. The joy of logical deduction. The birth of detective fiction. Edgar Allan Poe is also famous for writing the first detective novel, pioneering a new genre that significantly influenced later detective stories, including Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. Unlike horror based on sensory fear, Poe's detective stories reveal the process of arriving at the truth through meticulous observation and logical deduction. The Murders in the Rue Morgue. The story follows Dupin, an amateur detective with extraordinary intelligence, who solves a bizarre and terrifying murder case in Paris. This work outlines the foundational principles of detective fiction: observation, analysis, and reconstruction, offering readers an intellectual thrill akin to solving a mystery. Dupin's insights astonish readers, and the unraveling of the mystery brings a thrilling sense of catharsis. The Mystery of Marie Roget. Inspired by a real murder case in New York, this story portrays Dupin analyzing various clues from newspaper reports to approach the truth. By incorporating real-world events into fiction, the story enhances realism and immerses readers in the role of a detective. The Purloined Letter. This story showcases Dupin's sharp insight as he discovers the truth hidden in plain sight. It paradoxically reveals how human prejudice and fixed ideas can obscure the truth, suggesting that sometimes simple and intuitive approaches are more effective than complex thinking. These detective stories offer readers the joy of participating in the process of solving a mystery rather than merely learning the ending. Watching Dupin uncover order amidst confusion and deduce logical solutions from complex situations provides intellectual stimulation and a sense of catharsis. 3. Death, fate, and tragic beauty. Themes of death, loss, and inevitable tragedy permeate Poe's works. His stories transform these dark and sorrowful themes into aesthetic beauty through a refined and poetic style, creating a unique tragic aesthetics. The Mask of the Red Death. A prince and his noblemen hold a masked ball to escape a deadly plague known as the Red Death, but ultimately cannot evade its shadow. This story powerfully conveys the equality of all before death and the inescapable fate that even the most extravagant lives face. The Pit and the Pendulum. The protagonist experiences terrifying torture and fear during a religious inquisition. The dark, narrow space and the relentless threat of a swinging blade deliver an overwhelming sense of fear, vividly depicting human fear and the instinct for survival in extreme situations. These stories explore the universal theme of death while delicately portraying the various human responses and emotions towards it. Readers are prompted to deeply reflect on the finitude of life and the fragility of human existence. Insights from Edgar Allan Poe's short stories. Wisdom found in darkness. Now, let's discuss why this book is incredibly important and beneficial even for those lacking knowledge or cultivation, and the insights it offers. 1. Emotional liberation and empathy. Finding yourself in safe fear. We often experience stress and anxiety in daily life, yet it's difficult to express or resolve these feelings. Poe's short stories provide a channel for exploring and releasing these dark, uncomfortable emotions safely. The madness, fear, and guilt experienced by the protagonist stimulate our unconscious anxieties and unreasonable feelings. However, since these are events within a fictional world, we can safely experience these emotions and achieve catharsis. Moreover, Poe's works elicit deep empathy by depicting human psychology in extreme situations. Although the protagonist's behaviors may be abnormal, their feelings of fear, loneliness, hatred, and guilt are genuine human emotions that we all possess in some form. This empathy and fear helps us understand the dark sides of ourselves and others, deepening our insight into human nature. This experience becomes a crucial step toward greater understanding and tolerance of others. 2. Understanding human nature. Confronting the darkness within ourselves. Poe's stories clearly reveal the complexity and contradictions within the human soul. Through the depiction of the mix of good and evil, reason and madness, love and hatred, we are forced to ask ourselves, what is a human being? Why do healthy individuals fall into madness? Why does hatred overwhelm love? Why does guilt lead people to ruin? The deep exploration of human psychology within his works prompts readers to reflect on themselves and consider the human beings that build our society. This understanding not only helps us better comprehend and predict others' actions but also provides a crucial opportunity for self-reflection. Questions such as, in what situations might I feel madness, or could there be such darkness within me, lead us to probe ourselves. This process of self-exploration is itself a valuable step toward cultivation. 3. logical thinking and problem-solving skills. Intellectual play in solving mysteries. Poe's detective stories offer intellectual satisfaction. As readers unravel the intricate threads of each mystery alongside Dupin, they naturally develop logical and critical thinking skills. The process of observing subtle clues, analyzing them, and drawing rational conclusions is like solving a puzzle, thrilling intellectual play. This experience positively impacts our ability to solve everyday problems. By practicing information analysis, considering multiple possibilities, and reaching logical conclusions, we can develop more wise and rational judgment. These skills gained from reading directly enhance the quality of our lives. 4. Expanding imagination. Creating your own mental cinema. Poe's works are known for their vivid and sensory descriptions. The eerie atmosphere, the characters' psychological states, and the detailed settings are described so thoroughly that they seem to unfold before your eyes. These descriptions stimulate readers' imagination, allowing them to reconstruct the story as images, sounds, and sensory experiences rather than just words. We feel the oppressive aura of the decaying mansion and hear the beating of a murderer's heart. Reading is not passive consumption of information, as when watching television or movies. It is an active process where readers use their imagination to create a new world within the framework provided by the author. Stimulating and expanding imagination continuously enhances our creativity and broadens our perspective of the world. This can lead to generating new ideas and devising diverse solutions to problems. 5. The beauty of language and literature. Elegance in darkness. Despite their dark content, Poe's works boast beautifully refined prose. With careful word selection and meticulous regulation of rhythm and meter, Poe created unique literary beauty. Reading his works goes beyond mere immersion in the story. It captivates readers with the power and beauty of language. Even without specialized literary study, reading Poe naturally exposes us to elegant expressions and profound symbolism. This improves our language skills and fosters a sensitivity to beauty that enhances our appreciation of the world. The diverse and rich vocabulary and sentence structures encountered through reading will enrich our own expressive abilities. 6. The beginning of a reading habit. Fun as the starting point of consistency. The word reading itself might feel burdensome and tedious. However, Edgar Allan Poe's short story collection offers enough enjoyment and immersion to break these prejudices. The format of a short story is less daunting than novels, allowing readers to savor a complete story in a short time. This reduces the pressure of reading and provides a sense of achievement, making the formation of a reading habit highly effective. If you start with interesting and stimulating stories and discover the joy of reading, a natural desire to explore other books will follow. Poe's works exemplify how reading can be an exciting and fascinating exploration rather than a boring duty, serving as an excellent starting point for a lifelong journey into literature. Beyond misconceptions about reading, many believe knowledge and cultivation can only be obtained by reading difficult books or through formal education. However, true knowledge and cultivation stem not from academic credentials or background knowledge but from the attitude of exploring the world, reflecting on oneself, and understanding others. Reading is one of the most powerful tools to cultivate this attitude. Edgar Allan Poe's short story collection is neither a difficult philosophy book nor a complex history text. This book will shake your emotions, confuse your mind, and explode your imagination. Through this entire process, you will inevitably ask deep questions about the existence of human beings and the world we live in. This is precisely the beginning of knowledge and cultivation, being curious, asking questions, and thinking. Edgar Allan Poe's short story collection will eagerly offer your hand to take your first step. Through the thrilling experience of discovering unexpected beauty and wisdom in the darkness, I hope your life becomes deeper and richer. Now, open this book and begin an enchanting journey into the world of the unknown. You will never be alone again. The dormant intellectual curiosity and seeds of cultivation within you will flourish splendidly under Edgar Allan Poe's touch.